Oh, what has Mega Bloks done this time? I'll tell you exactly what they've done. They've gone and made another fantastic looking buildable military model. This one's officially called the Anti-Armor Helicopter set from the Call of Duty Collector's Series line, but we can all tell it's obviously an AH-64 Apache. This is not at all the size I expected it to be. It is much larger. They actually seem to have scaled it pretty well to the figures, and yet they set it up so that the figures could fit inside, which is much easier said than done from a design perspective. This thing looks pretty good from the outside. Of course, it uses only printed pieces, no stickers included here. They have building in every single direction. A lot of upside down building, a lot of separate sub-assemblies that get put together in interesting different ways, just whatever it took to get the shaping of this thing right and appropriate. Here's something they didn't need to do, but they did anyway. Made it so you could open up each of the engine compartments, open up the cowlings on either side. They put a little bit of simulated detail on the inside just to represent kind of a maintenance mode for the thing. And there's another openable compartment down below. Look at that little small printed piece, but you can turn this and then that opens up for just another little maintenance access way. Each of these rocket pods is populated with removable individual rockets, so you can make one look like it's actually being fired out. It was quite a bit of a pain to get all of these in there properly though. You do have to line them up pretty perfectly to make sure that they're all parallel and that they all go in all the way. There's limited space at the back of this larger piece, and so you have to rotate them just right, and I'm not getting very lucky about that. Oh, there we go, just got lucky. That's how it needs to be. They also are not held in with any friction, so if you tilt the entire model quite far forward, they will fall out. That's something to look out for. The missiles are individually built. I'll pull one of those off. They look pretty nice, and each one is attached with just a small bar or peg that goes into the pylon piece. There's another openable access bay here with a door that can be opened up if you just get your fingernail in there. And that's a place where you can rearm the belts of ammunition for your cannon. The nose gun is a nice little build, and as you would expect, you can rotate it side to side. You can also change its elevation a good deal. You've got the little simulated recoil control dampers on the sides there. The tip of the barrel is a little bit large, but it's a cool looking thing. Nice build for existing parts. And the canopy can be opened up side first and then the top. Both sections, side first and then the top. Some nice riveting detail on there, and there's a detailed cockpit section front and back. I really appreciate these exclusive printed pieces they used in here, which are actually done against tinted clear parts, so it kind of makes them look like they're on screens, or they might have a little bit of light coming through them. The central control stick there is able to be posed in different ways, so you can try to move it in the direction of the hand of a person you put in there, and it's a little bit tougher to see the detailing in the pilot's position, but it's there. Got a printed screen in front, got another console off to the left, and then all the way along the left side. That's a single large printed piece. These clips that are included in here I think are intended to allow you to hold on to your sidearm weapons for each, so you don't have to throw them into the ammo compartments or anything. What do you think of this? The printed pieces actually glow in the dark a little bit. It takes some work and some patience to get the figures in there, but they do go in, and each one can physically hold on to their respective control stick, and they're in pretty good positions, and they especially make the model look good from the outside on display once you get them in there. Just adds a lot of believability and realism to the look of the thing, I think. If you hang the thing from a ceiling or set up your own custom stand for it to make it look like it's in flight, you get that excessively aggressive look of the thing, partly because of the realistic forward cant of the main rotor shaft. You see, it's not straight up and down. It's actually angled forward like it is on the real thing. You've also got the angled horizontal stabilizer. You can actually adjust the angle on that, but it can interfere just a little bit with the rotation of the tail rotor. See, it's just barely hitting, but there's a spot where you kind of, that's a little bit off. There we go, just clears it right there. Also, that was a printed piece over here with the American flag emblem. More prints on this side, same thing going back here that we saw on the other side. Same opening area. This opens, this opens. It's pretty much got it all. The weak points of the design are definitely just how loose the rockets are in the pod here, and also the connections of the gear. So if you put a lot of pressure on this thing, these wheels will tend to pop off, so not the greatest durability there. It's fine for display, but just if you get rough with the thing, or you're pushing figures down, you know, from above, trying to get them to fit in properly. Also, this tail wheel comes off maybe even more easily because it's just a smaller thing and it's not captured as well. They did that for the sake of realism. They didn't want to bulk it up too much, but you do have to lose a bit in durability there. Nothing breaks, you know, it just falls off. These are the three figures up close: a pilot, a weapons control officer. I'm not sure which is which. I actually think the middle one may be the pilot in this case. And then this guy, officially they don't put a name on him because they didn't license the name of the character. And I don't know my Modern Warfares well enough to know which character that was supposed to be, because I only played multiplayer. But if you know who that's supposed to be, please do share that in the comments. That will be good to see. Three really good looking characters. Got a little exclusive print on the hat on the one on the right. Got a paint application on his revolver as well. And these pilot helmets look great. It looks like you could remove these helmets, but you actually can't. They molded all that stuff together. Well, they didn't mold it together, but they glued it together. I'm not sure exactly why. It probably doesn't look very good underneath there, but they did fully mold a face, and they fully molded the visor across the front. They've got the paint application on there for the microphone coming across the front. Just looks really, really good. Just a very well done head mold, or composite head mold. Those are the weapons that are included for the minifigures, with a assault rifle and a semi-automatic and the revolver. That's it. Good amount of accessories attached to these, and yeah, just three really good figures, I think. This ugly tent thing was a pain in the buttocks to put together, because you really have to pitch it like pitching a proper tent. It's one single piece of cloth, and it gets folded and folded and folded and put through all these poles in a particular order, and you can see that it's not looking all that good from this side because the folds didn't hold. If I were to do this again, I would definitely pull out clothing iron and iron some of these creases together. You know, get the thing flattened out to start with, fold it where it needs to be, and just take some serious time getting these creases just right, because this right now is not very good, and the top is just not looking proper. It's nice fabric, it really is. It's not plastic at all. It really feels like proper cloth, but it was a pain to put this together. Last detail on the side is this crate with some ammo boxes, and inside of these you will find spare ammo belts for your cannon. That's nice. And these look good too. They look pretty proper. They look pretty good laid out on this thing. Would have been nice to get some more, but that's okay. You know, it just looks like work is in progress. I like it as just a little, extra thing on the side. All told, great looking thing. Really impressive build. It was enjoyable to put it together. You build in so many different directions in so many different ways, and on display it just looks phenomenal. It is definitely not designed for play though, I can tell you that with certainty. You can play with it if you want to, but it's going to get a little bit frustrating getting figures in and out all the time, and with the gear falling off, or with the rockets falling out. This is something that you build and then you pose, and then you just love looking at it every single day after that. They've really moved solidly in the direction of the collector market with the Call of Duty line, and away from the play market, and I'm okay with that. Let me know if you're okay with that though. If you would prefer to see a little bit more durability in exchange for sacrificing some realism, or if you like it just like this or would like to see even more realism out of the builds. Share your thoughts about the set on the whole, and also remember to let me know if you know what character that third figure represents. I look forward to your feedback, and I appreciate your time and watching up to this point. I've got more videos to bring you, so I'll be talking to you again very soon.